intended for, we have first line, middle, at saka top management. So, ano yung mga yon?
Diba, baka mamaya yung iba lugmok na.
Kalimutan na, you have
Okay lang.
technical
Kahit hindi
skills,
okay lang.
decision-making skills, analytical skills.
Ayan.
Okay?
Alam ko,
Conceptual,
napakaaga
ano ba?
natin lagi.
Di ba may, naalala niyo yun?
Talagang nag-3 hours tayo lagi, no?
Hindi na. Nakalimutan
Dahil
na.
lang medyo marami yung literature natin. Tapos kailangan
Ang hirap naman makipag-usap sa mga hindi nasagot.
Ibang culture, tsaka yung mga issues, development.
Tanda pa po, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Thank you, Gerald.
Okay. How about the others?
So,
Okay
yan.
pa ba kayo?
So, we need to acquire
Pasensya
those
na
various
ha,
skills in order for us to what? To accomplish whatever our goal or set goal or objectives, specifically when organizing technical activities. When we speak of technical activities, di syempre, yun na yung nasa ano tayo, nasa operation na. Ano, kasi nandito na yung manpower, all the resources needed to run the organization. So in this highly competitive environment, the unskilled manager will not be able to bring his unit or his company, as the case may be, to success. The value of a superior organizational setup has been proven dramatically during the Second World War when a smaller American naval force confronted the tough Japanese Navy. At Midway, military historians indicated that the Americans emerged victorious because of the superior organizational skills of their leaders. So even today, skills in organizing contribute largely to the accomplishment of the objectives of many organizations, whether they are private businesses or otherwise. The positive effects of business success becomes more pronounced when they come as a result of international operations. So, lahat naman, so we can see the success of organizing in any organization, be it private or public. Kapag di ba, kita natin yung, say, kapag well-organized, merong organizational commitment, ano pa ba? So, there's what, a teamwork and collaboration among the members of the team or the group. International businesses, however, cannot hope to make huge profit unless they are properly organized to implement their plans. Say, for example, si Apple. Okay? So, almost every year, nagla-launch sila ng bago nilang product. So, if hindi nila inorganize yung mga activities nila, okay, so malamang hindi sila nag-set ng mga deadline, okay, ano ba yung goal nila for the year, say for example. So, hindi sila what to expect, okay? Yan. Ano ba yung gusto nilang ma-attain? Yan. The opportunities offered by skillful organizing are too important for the engineer manager to ignore. So, what are the reasons for organizing? So, I'll be calling the class to read. Tapos yun nga, if in case kayo ay mag-leave sa Gmeet at kayo pupunta for example sa CR, so kayo ay mag-chat dyan na bio break lang po or ma'am excuse lang po para hindi yung marami tayong excuses kapag natawag tapos ay hindi sumasagot. Okay? Kindly read the first bullet. Anybody? Yes, Laika.
Organizing is undertaken to facilitate the implementation of the plans.
Okay. So, syempre, sabi nga natin, first natin, the primary function of management is planning. So, in order for us to come up with what we plan, so we need to undertake organizing. Okay. Next bullet, let's have, anybody? Yes, Ivy. Ivy Rose.
Ineffective organizing steps are undertaken to break down the total job into more manageable man-sized jobs.
Okay, so in organizing, we delegate resources, specifically manpower. So meron tayong delegation of task based on their skills. Yan. So para ma-determine natin ano ba yung mga duties and responsibilities na ipe-perform ng bawat members. So, meron tayong mga committees. Yan. Another? Yes, Jessica.
Doing this will make it possible to assign particular task to particular person.
Okay. So, syempre, alam naman natin yung kakayahan ng bawat isa. So, mas makapadali for us to get delegate the responsibility. Then the last, in turn, yes, Julius Michael, sorry.
In turn, this will facilitate the assignment of authority, responsibility, and accountability for certain functions and tasks.
Yes, okay. So, syempre, responsibility comes with accountability. Okay. So, you are accountable kung ano man yung Okay. Yan. So, this will facilitate the assignment of authority, responsibility, and accountability. So, as for example, ako yung person with authority. So, I have the responsibility sa mga tao. Okay, and then, of course, I will be accountable then, whatever, say for example, a failure, kung ano man mangyayari sa organization. Wait, ano sabi niya? Wait. Yan. Okay. Ulit ha. Sige, So, what is organizing? So, it is a process of identifying and grouping of the works to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility and authority, and establishing relationships for the purpose of enabling people to work most efficiently. So, how are you going to run the organization if, say, for example, may chaotic yung environment? Kasi, hindi mo alam kung ano yung gagawin, what are the tasks that you need to perform, who will perform, when, where. Yan, okay. Another, it is a management function which refers to the structuring of resources and activities to accomplish objectives in an efficient and effective manner. So we need to do it right the first time. Okay? So doing it right the first time, doing things in an effective and efficient manner. So, according to Chester Barnard, it is a function by which the concern is able to define the role positions, the jobs related, and the coordination between authority and responsibility. So, most of the time, we're talking about authority and responsibility. Okay? Kasi, for organizing, you need to be responsible enough with the task that is assigned to you. So, yun nga yung sabi ko, kunyari ako yung head ng isang activity, so I am authorized na to perform the task. I have the responsibility to man my team, and I am accountable with whatever mangyari. Yan. Hence, a manager always has to organize in order to get results. Isipin nyo ba, say for example, in the morning, kunyari papasok kayo ng opisina, tapos yung pwesto mo is magulo. Diba? First thing first, so you need to ayusin mo muna yung pwesto mo, linisin mo, kailangan organize para all throughout the day, ay alam niyo yung maganda yung pakiramdam, hindi yung hindi yung madaming kalat. Kasi ako, sa totoo lang, kahit sa bahay namin, naiinis ako pag makalat, hindi organized. Kaya lang we can do away with kalat. Okay? Yan. So, in order for us to get a desired result, a good result, so we need to what? Organize. And according to Weyrich and Kuhns, people that believe that people will work together most effectively if they know the parts they are to play in any team operation and how their roles relate to one another. Di ba tama naman nga? Okay? Di ba kapag alam natin kung ano yung task or ano yung need natin i-perform, hindi tayo mahihirapan. Okay? Hindi na tayo magdadalawang isip on what to do. Ito ba ay tama? What will be the output or the outcome? Right? Okay? Ano ba yung roles? Okay? Yan. Designing and maintaining the systems of roles is basically the managerial function of organizing delegation, responsibility, authority, and accountability. Okay. I need to lipat ulit. So for an organizational role to exist and be meaningful to people, it must incorporate verifiable objectives, which are major part of planning. Okay? So, di ba, ang siniset natin sa planning is our objectives. Ano ba yung target? Ano ba yung need nating ma-achieve? Another, we need to have a clear idea of the major duties or activities involved. Okay? So, meron tayong objectives. Ano ba yung mga strategies natin? Ano ba yung mga tactics? Okay? Ano ba yung mga duties or activities or task? Number 3, an understood area of discretion or authority so that the person filling the roles know what he or she can do to accomplish the goal. Yan. So, sino ba yung person na, ano ba tawag natin dyan? Yung ating line of authority. Say, for example, sa kayo na ba tayo magre-report? Yan. Para alam natin kung meron tayong mga concerns. Okay? Another is discretion or authority. Baka naman naguguluhan na tayo kasi ang dami-dami na nag-uutos sa atin. Just like that. In addition, to make a role work out effectively, provision should be made for supplying needed information and other tools necessary for performance in that role. It is in this essence that we think of organizing as first, the identification and classification of required activities, the grouping of activities necessary to attain objectives, third, the assignment of each grouping to a manager with authority or delegation necessary to supervise it. Siyempre, hindi rin naman supervision for us to know kung nagagawa ba nila yung task nila. Kahit sabihin naman natin na they are knowledgeable, still, kailangan pa rin nila ng supervision. Okay, from time to time. The provision for coordination horizontally or on the same or similar organizational level and vertically, for example, corporate headquarters, division, and department in the organizational structure. So what are the importance of organizing? Let's have anybody? Yes, Gerald.
So, ang first po is facilitates administration. Second is encourages growth and diversification. Third is optimum use of technology, stimulates innovation and technology, encourages good human relations, ensures continuity of enterprise and coordination po.
Okay. Wait ka natin. Okay, so isa-isahin natin. Ay, sorry. 1, facilitates administration. Can you read Laika? Ay, nakabasa ba si Laika?
Okay lang po, ma'am.
Okay, sige, Laika. Thank you.
Facilities administration, it provides a system of authority and network for effective communication. Individual goals can be coordinated towards group goals. A properly balanced organization facilitated both management and operation of the enterprise.
Okay. It facilitates administration. So, nandiyan naman yung explanation. No, it provides a system of authority and network for effective communication. So, alam niyo kung sino yung inyong reporting relationship so that you can work
Enable
properly, coordinated, efficiently, and effectively.
systematically
Then number 2,
and
encourages growth and diversification. Okay, sige, Jessica. Kung sino na lang po yung tumaas, yun na lang tatawagin ko kahit nakaulit na. Yes, Jessica.
Two, encourages growth and diversification. It has enabled organizations to grow and expand to giant sizes. Systematic division of work and consistent delegation of authority facilitate taking up new activities and meeting new demands. It provides flexibility for growth without losing control over various activities.
Okay. Another importance of organizing is it encourages growth and diversification. Number three, optimum use of new technology. Yes, Bea.
Optimum use of new technology. Optimum use of technology permits optimum utilization of human resources. Sound organization ensures that every individual is placed on the job for which one is best suited.
Okay. So, wala tayong since we maximize
of
all our resources,
activity.
so we optimize
Provides for
everything.
effective management of
So, na-utilize the human resources. Say, for example, we have 20 machines, so we did 20 manpower.
for the
Okay,
professional.
so, lahat ay nagra-run. Ibig sabihin, we are what? Being productive.
Favorable.
Okay? So, sound organization ensures that every individual is placed on the job for which one is best suited. Number four, stimulates innovation and creativity. Yes, leveling.
Stimulate innovation and creativity. It provides for effective management of change and responds favorably to change in environment. It provides recognition for the professional and the specialist in terms of their achievement.
Yan. So, stimulates innovation and creativity. Okay. So, of course, we need to be adaptable. Kasi sabi diyan, optimum use of new technology. Then for number three, we need to be adaptable with the changes since change is what? Inevitable. Especially in our environment. Yan, pwede rin naman internal and external.
Assignment of right jobs to right
Number five, encourages good human relations. Yes, Pauline.
The assignment of right jobs to right person improves job satisfaction and interpersonal relations. Well-defined jobs and clear lines of authority and responsibility ensure good human relations.
Okay. Encourages good human relation because of what? Job satisfaction. Kasi, yung task na binigay sa'yo, the responsibility assigned to you. So, there is what also in interpersonal relations. Yan. Well-defined jobs and clear lines of authority and responsibility. Next to that, number six, ensures continuity of enterprise. Yes, Ken, Adrian.
Ensures continuity and enterprise. It provides scope for the training and development of future management. It provides avenues for development and promotions through delegation and
enterprise.
centralization.
Division of labor, better utility of technology.
And number seven is Aya Elaine.
Coordination. It facilitates order and cohesiveness in the enterprise. Division of labor, better utility of technology and human talent helps to improve the efficiency and quality of work. Clear channels of communication among the members of the organization leads to coordination.
Okay, so coordination. So it facilitates order and cohesiveness in the enterprise. So, ano ba ibig sabihin natin dyan? Coordinated, ano ba yun? Parang smooth sailing, in a sense, kasi merong coordination. Okay, there is what division of labor, hindi yung lahat na ng trabaho na punta sa kanya. Better utility of technology, sabi natin optimum use of technology, and human talent to improve efficiency and quality of work. And also, of course, when there's a coordination, there's a clear channels of communication. So, everything is what? Nadi-disseminate yung mga information among the members of the organization. And that leads to coordination. Okay. So, the arrangement of or relationship of positions within an organization is called the structure. The result of the organizing process is the structure. So there's a structure. Ano ba yung structure na tinatawag natin? And what are the purpose of the structure? First, it defines the relationship between task and authority for individuals and departments. So for example, let's say we have, you visualize the organizational structure or yung organizational chart. Okay? You visualize it. How does it look like? Diba? Parang kung sa klase ninyo, you have your president, you have your vice president, you have your treasurer, secretary, auditor, and so on. So, in that, it defines the relationship between task and authority. So, ano ba yung task ni presidente, ni vice president, ni treasurer, at saka ni secretary? Same with what? Yung authority. Sino bang mas mataas? Si president ba? Si vice president? Si secretary o kaya si treasurer? Okay? Next to that, it defines formal reporting relationships, the number of levels in the hierarchy of the organization, and the span of control. Okay? If that's the case, so si Vice President, kayo na siya magre-report
Sa Myanmar, bigat may conflict doon.
kay President. Okay? So, if we're going to look at the structure, it's what? Hierarchical. So, there's also what?
Parang sa nila ng
Level.
sa kanilang democracy.
Di ba? Hindi naman sila pantay-pantay. Tama? Tama po ba? Wait,
Kasi
hindi ko
puro
kasi
na lamang
nakikita.
ano daw.
Tama, yan. According to Laika. Kasi di ba, if you're going to look at it, there's what? Di ba, may top, the president, vice president. Hindi naman magka-level si president at si vice president. Tama? Di ba? So, there's a level of hierarchy in the organization that defines also the reporting relationship. Ano? Yan. Another, it defines the grouping of individuals into departments and departments into organization. Okay, see, for example, dito, meron tayong College of Engineering, pero meron tayong kanya-kanyang department. Say, meron kay Shefe, meron kay IE, meron kay Mechanical, kay Electrical. Yan. Ano, hindi pwedeng halo-halo. Okay? Kung merong kanya-kanyang department, kanya-kanyang PC, and everything. Okay? It defines a system to effect coordination and efforts in both vertical and horizontal tasks or directions. So when it's structured an organization, the engineer manager must be concerned with the following. First, division of labor. Next, delegation of authority. Next, departmentation. Next, span of control and coordination. Okay? So, ano ba yung division of labor na sinasabi natin? Kindly read nga, Jillian Rose.
Division of labor, determining the scope of work and how it is combined in a job.
Okay, so division of labor, the scope of work. Say for example, ikaw ay household chores. So ano ba yung mga household chores na kailangan natin i-perform? Okay, so meron specific yan. And kapag pinagsama-sama mo yon, ano ba yung end result niya? Okay, so ano ba yung gusto mo ma-accomplish next to that? Okay, another, delegation of authority. Ano ba? Yes, Harvey.
Delegation of authority. The process of assigning various degrees of decision-making authority to subordinates.
Okay, delegation of authority is assigning the task also, okay, to your subordinates. So, ano ba yung mga responsibilities that they need to perform? Number 3, departmentation. So, the grouping of related jobs, activities, or process into major organizational subunits. Okay. A span of control is the number of people who report directly to a given manager rather. So, meron tayong wide span at saka meron tayong narrow span of control. So, for example, si President, so wide span of control yon. Kung si Dean ay narrow. Kasi say for example, yung coverage niya is ako konti na lang. Unlike kung ikaw yung head, gaano ba kadami yung members. So that pertains to the span of control, the number of people who report directly to a given manager. Number 5, you have coordination. It's the linking of activities in the organization that serves to achieve a common goal or objectives. So coordination is what? Teamwork, collaboration. So, ibig sabihin, you are in accordance. So, merong sistema or systematic way or process in order for you to achieve a common goal or objective. Okay. So, let's have the formal organization. So, after a plan is adopted, management will proceed to form an organization to carry out the activities indicated in the plan. The formal organization is a structure that details lines of responsibilities, authority, and position. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, when we speak of a formal organization, there is what? A detailed line of responsibilities, authority, and position. Just like if you're going to visualize a simple organizational structure or organizational chart, okay, that's a formal organization. Kasi bawat isa, mayroong responsibilities, authority, and position, okay, in an organization. And again, an organization is what? An entity composed of people with a common goal and objective or purpose. So what is depicted in the organizational chart is the formal organization. So yun yung sinasabi ko, ang organizational chart or organization chart is a formal organization. Why? Because it is a planned structure and it represents the deliberate attempt to establish pattern relationship among components that will meet the objectives effectively. So ano ba yung components ng isang organizational chart or organization chart? Okay? There's a planned structure. Hindi siya halo-halo. Hindi kung saan-saan nakalagay. Hindi mo alam kung sino ba yung kanino ka ba magre-report, sino ba yung superior, sino ba yung inferior, and so on. So again, an organization chart is a formal organization. It is a planned structure. Okay. So the formal structure is described by management through the organization chart, that is a diagram of the organization's official positions and formal lines of authority. Okay? Yan. So, alam naman natin kung ano yung itsura ng organizational chart, organization chart. We also have organization manual. This one provides written descriptions of authority relationships, details the functions of major organizational units, and describes job procedures. So, basically, manual. Ano ba nakalagay sa manual? Okay? The guidelines. So, kung dito, organizational manual siya, authority relationships, what are the functions of the major organizational units, what are the job procedures, okay, job requirements, job task, yan. Another, we also have a policy manual that describes personnel activities and company policies.
Naman, wala ng internet connection.
Then how about, baka wala na nga, hindi naman, meron pa. Ikaw lang.
Bakit ako lang?
Hindi ka nagbabayad ng net. Si Mong Queenie walang net. Okay. Okay pa ba? Baka wala na rin. Are you still there? Yes, okay. How about informal? So, formal organizations require the formation of formal groups which will be assigned to perform specific tasks achieving organizational objectives. So, ito pa informal not formal. Informal group is a part of the organization structure. This is not formal. This should be informal already. Okay? So, there are instances when members of the organization is continuously form a group with friendship as a principal reason for belonging. Okay? This group is called an informal group. It is a part of the formal organization and it does not have a formal performance purpose. Just like with the formal group na sinasabi natin. So, meron siyang doon, structure, right? Merong authority, line of authority. Okay, meron tayong levels. Dito, it is formed with friendship as a principal reason for belonging. Okay? So, these are oftentimes very useful in the accomplishment of major tasks, especially if this If this task conform with expectations of the members of the informal group. Okay. Yan. So, that informal group naman din is useful in the organization. Kasi, di ba, when there's what? A friendship built there. Okay. So, syempre, di ba, sila yung mga magkakagrupo, sila yung mga nagtutulungan, just like that. Okay. So, they perform also a specific task na nakaka-help din naman. Yan. Kahit hindi nila trabaho, syempre kapag they are willing to help, just like that. So, it is useful as it is vulnerable to expediency, manipulation, and opportunism according to Valentine. Its low visibility makes it difficult for management to detect these misrepresentations, and considerable harm can be done to the company. Okay. Yan. Kasi they thought since merong mga groupings that we can't do away with, so sila yung mga yung pwede bang yung parang sila yung mamumuno ng mga pag-aklas like that, just like that. Mga misrepresentation, yan, manipulation, kasi sabi nila, huwag ka na lang ganito na lang gawin ninyo, ganyan. Yan. So, the engineer managers therefore warned that he must be on the lookout for the possible difficulties that the informal groups may do to the organization. So, it will be to his best interest if he could make the informal groups work for the organization. Kasi nga sila yung sila usually yung mga grupo-grupo. Okay. So, reasons or factors for joining or forming a group. Sabi nga natin kanina, because of what? Friendship. Another, common interest. Okay. Another, proximity, which gives people the chance to share ideas, opinions, and feelings. For common interest naman, say for example, parang sila mahilig kumanta, sumayaw, sa pagkain, yan. Need satisfaction, which are derived from unions, cultural societies, or fraternities. Okay, so kailangan na we need to belong to that group. Okay. Another, you have the collective power, which is derived from same then, unions or fraternities. Or if you have group goals, okay, friendship goals, which attract individuals like consumer society, sports club, yan. So, gusto nyo, parehas kayong magda-diet, kung ano yung common or ano yung gusto nyo ma-achieve as a group. Okay. So before the commencement of activities, the decision makers in an organization will have to decide on what structure to adopt. And depending on the size and type of operations, a certain structural type may best fit the requirements. So what are the types of organizational structure? We have vertical differentiation, we have the tall versus flat structure, we also have horizontal differentiation.
Time to start.
We have functional structure, multi-divisional structure, we have geographic structure, and matrix structure. Okay, so for the tall versus flat organization, so let's look at the difference between the two. So for tall organization, makita natin yung span, yung kanyang hierarchy or level. So you have the president, say there's a vice president here, there's a manager here, there's assistant manager here, and ito na yung kanyang people. So just like that for a tall organization. For a flat organization, so lang siya, yung kanyang span of control is limited lang. Okay? So ano bang sinasabi? For tall organization, this type of organizational architecture has many layers and narrow span of control. While for flat organization, it has few layers and wide span of control. Okay? So, narrow, pala si a tall organization, but it has many layers. For flat, it has few and ang kanyang span of control ay malawak. Okay, yan po.
85 pesos po si number 5, nylon material, makatarmat.
Then how about functional? Okay, this is a form of compartmentalization in which everyone engaged in one functional activity such as engineering or marketing is grouped into one unit. Okay, for example, functional organization, project is managed with an existing functional hierarchy. Say for marketing, you have customer, domestic, individual. For engineering, you have electronics, software, mechanical, design engineering. So according to function in a sense, okay? Functional activity. For manufacturing, you have fabrication, assembly, testing. Okay, procurement, you have purchasing, receiving, and inspection. Okay? Naintindihan po for functional organization. Yes, yes. No, yes, okay, thank you. Then, how about, yan, so just like another example of functional structure.
Pero hindi po ito nagastos.
Then, how about product or market organization? Kindly read.
Kung hindi, 11 days.
Yes, clear, Anne.
Product or market organization. This refers to the organization of a company by divisions that brings together all those involved with a certain type of product or customer, sometimes referred to as a divisional organization.
Okay. So, for product or market organization, this naman brings together all those involved with a certain type of product or customer. So, for example, sales manager, so siya ay involved in what? Advertising, lahat sila pare-parehas. Ano? So, specific for a certain division. Divisional organization. Next, yan. For example, ito, another example natin. Product, focus to distribute or to service produce. So, you have grocery products, drugs and toiletries. For geographical, so you have Asian division, European division, for customers, you have problem youth, senior citizen, yan, and so on. And how about matrix? Yes, all the way.
Matrix organization, an organizational structure in which each employee reports to both a functional or division manager and to a project or group manager. Combines functional and divisional structures to gain advantages and minimize disadvantages of each.
Okay, when we say matrix, this is already a combination of a functional and divisional structure. Ano? Okay, so in here, employee reports to both a functional and divisional, okay, or functional or division manager, and to a project or group manager. Yan. We also have here team structures, extensively used permanent and temporary teams to solve problems, complete special projects, and accomplish day-to-day tasks. Often use cross-functional teams. Network structures is central core that is linked through network of relationships with outside contractors and suppliers of essential services. Own only core components and use strategic alliances or outsourcing to provide other components. Okay, functional organization. So this one is very effective in smaller firms, especially single business firms, where key activities revolve around well-defined skills and areas of specialization. Yeah. So that is an example of functional organization. So what are the advantages of functional organization? Let's have number 1.
Sabi ka lang, hindi nang maniniwala.
Bakit? Wait. Okay, let's have Jessica. Number 1.
The grouping of employees who perform a common task permit economies of scale and efficient resource use.
Okay, number 2. Sino ba yun? Eliza May.
Since the chain of command meets at the top of the organization, decision making is centralized, providing a unified direction from the top.
Okay, number 3. Jillian Rose.
Communication and coordination among employees within each department are excellent.
Number 4. Sino ba? Leveling.
The structures promotes high-quality technical problem solving.
Okay. Number 5. Nomer.
The organization is provided with in-depth skill specialization and development.
And number 6. Sino nakita ko kanina? Julius Michael.
Employees are provided with career progress within functional departments.
Yeah. So those are the advantages of functional organization. Okay. So for functional organization, of course, there's a common task being performed according to the function. According to their function rather. Yeah. That permits economies of scale and efficient use of resources. Another, there's a chain of command. So you can see the responsibilities, the linking pin, connecting the different levels in the organization. Of course, another is, which is very important, communication. Same with coordination among the employees within each department. The structure promotes high quality technical problem solving. The organization is provided with depth skills, specialization, and development. And employees are provided with career progress. So makikita natin yung pwedeng na doon sa mababang hierarchy is mag-level. So yung dating manager, pwedeng maging vice president or mas tumaas pa yung kanyang level in the organization. Then how about the disadvantages? So kung meron advantages, of course, meron din tayong disadvantages. So 1, communication and coordination between the departments are often poor. Number 2, decision involving more than one department pile up at the top management level and are often delayed. Alam niyo yung kunyari ay, this one is very true, na minsan hindi sila makausad. It's because lahat na lang kailangan kunyaring pirmahan is nandun sa sa manager kasi iisa lang siya. Alam niyo yun. So nasa nagpa-pile up lahat sa top management. That causes what? Delay at times sa process or operation. Work specialization and division of labor, which are stressed in a functional organization, produce routine non-motivating employee tasks. Kasi, syempre, functional, alam mo na yung gagawin mo. Parang, it's routinary, okay? From the start of the shift up to the end. Yan. Okay. It is difficult to identify which section or group is responsible for certain problems. There is a limited view of organizational goals by employees. there is limited general management training for employees. Okay, so this one is an example of a product or market organization. So what is a product or market organization? So with its feature, by operating by divisions, it is appropriate for large corporation with many product lines in several related industries. Wait lang po ha, may practice tayo. Wait lang ha. So what are the advantages of product or market organization? So the organization is flexible and responsible to change. Another, it provides a high concern for customer needs. Also provides excellent coordination across functional departments. There is easy pinpointing of responsibility for product problems that is provided. There is emphasis on overall product and divisional goals. The opportunity for the development of general management skills, or there's an opportunity. Okay. Then how about the disadvantages? So there is a high possibility of duplication of resources across divisions. There is less technical depth and specialization in division. There is poor coordination across divisions. Less top management control and competition for corporate resources. Okay. For matrix organization, according to Thompson and Strickland, it is a structure with 2 or more channels of command, 2 lines of budget authority, and 2 sources of performance and reward. So kanina, pinakita na rin naman natin yung matrix organization. It's a combination of divisional and functional organization. Wait, sorry. So, according to Higgins, he declared that the matrix structure was designed to keep employees in a central pool to allocate them to various projects in the firm according to the length of time they were needed. So what are the advantages of matrix organization? So there is more efficient use of resources than the divisional structure. There is flexibility and adaptability to changing environment. Ito na masyado. Wait lang. Yan. The development of both general and functional management skills are present. There is interdisciplinary cooperation and any expertise is available to all divisions. There are enlarged tasks for employees which motivate them better. Okay. Then how about the disadvantages of matrix organization? There is frustration and confusion from dual chain of command kasi it's a combination of what? A functional and divisional. So there's what? A frustration at times kapag hindi na-accomplish ng isa, napo-frustrate, and same with what? Confusion kasi nga, it's a mix. Okay? There is high conflict between divisional and functional interest. So, syempre, there's what? Parang pagalingan sila. There's a competition between. There are many meetings and more discussions than actions. Yan, nauubos yung oras nila kami meeting. There is a need for human relation training for key employees and managers, and there is a tendency for power dominance by one side of the matrix. So, yun nga. So, pwedeng si functional ang nagdo-dominate o kaya naman ay si divisional. So, there's what? A competition that exists between the matrix organization. Okay. What are the different types of authority? First, let's have line authority. Pakibasa nga po. Yes, Aya. Elaine.
Line authority. Managers right to tell the subordinates what to do and then see that they do it. The chain of command in the organizational structure that flows major decision-making power. The officially sanctioned ability to issue orders to subordinate employees within an organization.
Okay. For line authority, it says there that a manager's right to tell subordinates what to do and then see that they do it. Okay. So, authority. Okay. Then you have what? Supervision. Okay. Yan. So, the chain of command in the organization structure that flows major decisions making power. So, kita niyo yung structure niya. Kita niyo yung authority. So, una muna is the owner, down to the board of directors, down to the managing directors, then responsibility. Okay? Yan. So, ang pinaka-least na responsible ay si workers. And major is nandun sa owner. Another types of authority, you have the staff authority. A staff specialist right to give advice to a superior. Okay? So, from the word itself, staff. So, sino ba yung mga workers or manpower? Okay? Yan, that supports yung nasa ating line of authority. Functional authority is specialist right to oversee lower levels personnel involved in that specialty regardless of where the personnel are in the organization. We also have line departments. They perform tasks that reflect the organization's primary goal and mission. So, parang nandun rin yan sa line authority. Line department. So, yan yung mga nakikita natin who perform task. Okay? Yan. That reflects the organization's primary goal and mission. Staff departments, this includes those that provide specialized skills in support of line departments, those which perform strategic planning, labor relations, research, accounting, and personnel. Okay? For staff officers, so we have personal staff, those individuals assigned to a specific manager to provide needed staff and service. We also have specialized staff, those individuals providing needed staff services for the whole organization. Okay? So take note of the difference between personnel staff and specialized staff. So if personnel, he's assigned to a specific manager to provide needed staff and services. Personnel. Si specialized naman, he provides the staff services for the whole organization. Functional authority is one given to a person or a work group to make decisions related to their expertise even if their decisions concerns other departments. So this authority is given to most budget officers or organizations as well as other officers. Right, sir. Okay, so meron dito activity. So you need to develop an organizational structure for either a manufacturing firm or a service firm. Okay? So, reminder, you need to determine first the different activities in the organization. Say, for example lang huwag naman tayong basta kokopya lang Kunyari, pumunta kayo kay Jollibee, tapos tinanong ninyo, pwede po bang ma-check po yung inyong organizational structure? Okay? So, you need to define the activities, the responsibilities that we perform in the organization. Kung spreading si Ma'am Angie, manufacturing, dapat ay manufacturing ito. Okay? Naintindihan? So, titingnan natin ngayon sa organizational structure, yung hierarchy or level. Titingnan natin yung placement. So, ibig sabihin, say for example, kung pare-pares siya na manager, so si manager, pare-pares ng level. Hindi pwedeng may manager na nandito, may manager na nandito. So, kapag gumawa tayo ng organizational structure, hindi naman ibig sabihin is maraming person involved. So, depende kung ano yung mga duties and responsibilities that they perform. Importante rin po is yung reporting relationship na mga nandoon sa organizational structure. Naintindihan? Halimbawa, you have the president. So, sa baba ni president is si vice president. So, sa baba ni vice president, sino? So, meron pa siya mga managers. Yan. Meron ba siya assistant managers? Meron ba siya mga supervisors? And so on. So, you need to know the duties and responsibilities, the reporting relationships ng bawat isa. Klaro po ba yun? So, ito po ay ilalagay nyo na lang sa, pwede pong naka-print. Kung wala naman printer at magagastusan pa, pwedeng sulat kamay sa short bond paper. Okay? Okay po ba? Kasi kailangan marunong din po kayong gumawa ng organizational chart or structure kasi pag kayo po ay nag-feasibility study. Okay? Huwag naman basta kokopya ha. Titingnan natin ha. Kailangan meron tayong pwedeng, kunyari, kayo mismo pala, you want, ganito na lang ang scenario para sa sarili ninyo.
Okay, very good.
You are going to create your own company. Yan na lang. Para hindi kayo talaga kokopya. Or kung makopya man kayo, bahala kayo. You need to think of your own company. Naintindihan?
By the way, rinig niyo ako?
Iisip kayo ng sarili ninyong company. You're going to create your own company. Tapos i-identify ninyo kung ano ba yung product o kaya naman ay service na i-offer ninyo. Naintindihan? Kunyari ay, yun natin na, o laundry shop ba yan, kainan ba yan,
Okay, may idadagdag lang
pwedeng
ako kasi kanina
product o kaya naman ay pwedeng service.
yung about
Okay po.
sa
Yan.
conflict o military
So,
conflict doon sa
aside from
Myanmar.
that, meron tayo ditong purpose naman of committee. So, party ng organization or organizing is a committee. So, when certain formal groups are deemed inappropriate to meet expectations, committees are oftentimes harnessed to achieve organizational goals. Many organizations, small or large, make use of committees. So, ano ba yung committees? So, this is a formal group of persons for a specific purpose. Okay? So, product planning committees often staffed by top executives from marketing, production, research, engineering, and finance who work part-time to evaluate and approve product lines. So, when you say committee, again, it's a formal group of persons formed for a specific purpose. So, for example, meron tayong program. Diba? Sino dito sa inyo ang officer
Madaming
ng
mga
org?
groups. Like for example,
Meron ba sa klase niyo?
yung Shan.
Wala.
Shan na ethnic group. or
Ayan si Aya.
Tagalog,
Aya, committee ka saan?
Meron din silang Kayin na ethnic group.
Sa
silang,
JPA.
silang Katinas. Yan.
Oo.
Yan yung iba't ibang
Okay.
marami pa.
Okay. Tinawag Bea.
Sa Myanmar. Okay? Kasi,
Sa Koipuman,
Function ninyo. Ano
marketing po,
Corner Mutual
Ayan. Ayan, sige, sige. Marketing.
Committee on Marketing Operations and Procurement po.
Ayan. How about John Lillian?
Mga example ng
John Lillian.
na binanggit ko kanina, yung Arakan North, ganyan, National Democratic
Anong
Alliance
committee
Army,
mo?
and
Nitong nagkaroon tayo ng
And
assembly.
again,
Anong functioning niyo doon?
Parang, kasi sinasabi ko, dito talaga,
Saan kayo naka-assign?
parang ganun.
Bali,
Po yung
nag-handle tapos naghahanap ng mga
And then, ang kalimitan
Okay,
nga sa
who else?
sa government na yun is yung Burma.
Okay.
So, meron silang
So,
conflict.
when you say yun nga, a committee,
So, since
you have a specific purpose. Say, for example, kung merong program, merong assign kay attendance, merong assign kay prizes, merong assign kay games,
wala
diba?
pang reports
Anong pinaka-basic na example natin ng committee?
Pero meron ditong reports
Yan.
as of 2020.
So, they are very useful, most especially to engineering and manufacturing firms. When a certain concern, like product development, is under consideration, a committee is usually formed to provide the necessary lineup of expertise needed to achieve certain
So, may
objectives.
violence
We have here classification of committees. One, ad hoc committee. This one is created for a short-term purpose and have a limited life.
who are unarmed.
Short-term purpose lang. So, example natin dyan is committee created to manage the anniversary festivities of a certain year. Say, for example, you have a program, example natin kanina. So, short-term purpose lang siya, kay limited life lang. Say, for example, a one-day activity, 3 days activity, yan. Okay. Standing committee, relatively permanent committee that deals with issues on an ongoing basis. So, example dito is grievance committee that's set up to handle initial complaints from employees of the organization. So, ano pa ba yung mga committee natin that is for a permanent committee? Yan, yung mga position diyan sa sa organization. So, committee ba kayo? So, if in case meron mga activity, so kayo na palagi. Yeah, that's a standing committee. So, let's have another topic, and this will be about finance function. Kasi this one is necessary in an organization, okay, to run the business. Yan. So, we need to organize resources, to be specific financial resources. So, the finance function is an important management responsibility that deals with the procurement and administration of funds with a view of achieving the objectives of business. Hence, it is the most important of all business functions. So, ano bang objectives ng finance function? It ensures adequate and regular supply of funds. Okay, budget. So, this one provides a fair rate of return to the shareholders, ensures effective utilization of funds by maintaining proper balance between profitability, liquidity, and safety, to generate and build up sufficient surplus for expansion and growth through flowing back of profits, minimizing cost of capital by developing a sound capital between various securities issued by the company, coordinating the activities of the finance department with activities of other departments in the organization. Determination of fund requirements. So you have financing daily operations just like the wages, salaries, rent, paying taxes, paying utilities, marketing expenses, and travel. Another, financing the firm's credit services, extend credit to customers. So, ano ba yan, 15, 30, 90-day credit terms, depende. Yan yung mga accounts payable, yan, accounts receivable, financing the purchase of inventory. So, ano ba yung inventory natin? That includes the raw materials, the supplies, the parts. Okay. Financing the purchase of major assets just like the land, plant, equipment, machineries, project expansions. And how about the sources of funds? Saan ba nanggagaling? So, according to time period, we have long-term sources of more than 5 years. So, capital expenditures in fixed assets like plant and machinery, land, and building. For medium-term sources, that is 3 to 5 years, so we have lease finance and medium-term loans. So, for example, is meron tayong mga pinaparentahan o kaya naman is meron tayong pinapautang. Yan, mga loans. For short-term sources, less than a year, so inventory of raw materials and finished goods, debtors, minimum cash, and bank balance. So, for this one is also termed as the working capital financing. Then how about according to ownership control? So own capital or equity, it is a source from owners of the company or from the general public by issuing new equity shares. Owners start the business by bringing in the required money for a startup. Okay. For borrowed or debt capital, finance arranged from outside sources. The borrower has a charge on the assets of the business, which means the company will pay the borrower by selling the assets in case of liquidation. Then according to source generation, internal sources, you have the retained profits and sales of assets, and for external sources, you have equity, debit, or debit from banks. So, pwedeng sa kinita na, o kaya naman sa mga napagbentahan ng assets, okay, yung mga nag-depreciate ng value, so pwede rin naman yun. For external or sources naman, so you have the capital pa rin, o kaya naman is yung inutang or utang or mga loan sa bangko. For financial control, you have the cash budget, capital expenditure budget, and balance sheet budget. Okay, for financial statement, you have the balance sheet, or the statement of financial position. This shows the firm's financial position at a particular period of time. So, meron ba kayong accounting na subject ngayon? Meron
Yes po.
Di ba, nababanggit naman yung mga balance sheet. Yan. Assets, liabilities, equity, yan, net worth. Okay, for income statement, you have the sales or revenue, expenses, or cost of goods sold. profit or net income. Then for cash flow, the sources of fund statement. So you have the details of the cash received monthly and the details of the cash expended monthly. So there's an inflow and outflow, yung nare-receive natin at saka nagagastos natin. Cash flow. So cash flows po ay inflow and outflow. So money is received or money is spent. Okay. For ratio analysis, you have liquidity ratio, measures short-term obligations. For leverage, you have relative importance of stockholders and outside creditors as a source of capital. Activity, operating ratio, measures how effective is the use of resources. And profitability describes organizational profit. Okay, so this one naman po is pag-aaralan nyo naman yan sa inyong accounting. Liquidity ratio, leverage ratio, tapos gagamitin nyo rin po pala yan sa inyong feasibility study. Okay. Then how about risk management? So risk refers to the uncertainty concerning loss or injury. It's like fire, theft, floods, accidents, non-payment of bills by customers, disability and death, and damage claim from other parties. So, syempre, when we speak of financial so nandun tayo. So syempre kapag di ba nagkasunog, so totally wash away pagka nanakawan, yan. So merong mga disasters, yan, calamities just like floods, accidents, tapos lalo na kung merong yan, nakascam, usong-uso ngayon. Okay. Si ma'am si budol. Yan. kapag nabubudol. Diba? Pag nang-scam. Yan. Non-payment of bills by customers. So, uso yan ngayon. And, yan. Kapag meron mga disability and death and damage claim from other parties. Say, for example, yung mga nasa insurance. Yan. So, there's a pure risk if there is only a chance of loss. So, pure risk is insurable and may be covered by insurance. So, okay lang yan. Speculative, there is a chance of either loss or gain. So, it's 50-50. So, if there's investment in common stocks. So, what are the methods of dealing risk? How? So, the risk may be avoided. If a person who wants to avoid the risk of losing a property like a house can do by simply avoiding the ownership of one. O, in order for you to avoid risk, di kung ayaw mo na mawala ng property, a person who wants to avoid the risk of losing a property is simply avoid the ownership of one. Okay? Takot kang maaksidente, di kunyari sa sasakyan, di huwag kang bumili ng sasakyan. Yan. There are instances, however, when ownership cannot be avoided, like those for equipment, appliances, and materials used in the production process. So, in the case, other methods of handling risk must be considered. Okay? Kailan ba nanganganib kapag mishandled? Hindi natin tinitake care ng ayos. Okay? Yan. So, anticipate